and welcome to the reading room. Today we are going to learn the difference between fiction and nonfiction books. Your I can for today is I can tell the difference between fiction and nonfiction books. Say it with me, mirror words. I can tell the difference between fiction and nonfiction books. Excellent job, readers. We have been talking a lot about fiction and nonfiction books this year. Can you tell me a little something that we've already learned about fiction or nonfiction books? That's right. Fiction books are fake. Go ahead and do this with me. Make our puppet, because we know puppets aren't real, right? And that's why this is our fiction hand motion. Say it with me. Fiction, fake. Good job. What about nonfiction? That's right. Nonfiction are real books. That's why when we say nonfiction, we always make a picture frame around our face because we are real. So let's go ahead and say that together. Nonfiction is real. Excellent job, readers. I want you to look at our anchor chart. I've combined all of the ideas that we've learned about fiction this year and all of the ideas that we've learned about nonfiction this year. So we're going to go ahead and read our anchor chart together to remind ourselves what is fiction and what is nonfiction. Let's go ahead and start with the fiction side. Fiction, fake, story, fun, illustrations, characters, and settings. These are all things that we're going to see in our fiction books, right? Now let's go ahead and look at nonfiction. They're real. Nonfiction books, they teach us facts and information. Learn more, photos. They have true people, places, and things in our nonfiction text. Excellent job with reading that with me. Go ahead and give yourself a pat, pat, pat on the back for a job well done. Okay, readers, now that we've reminded ourselves what is fiction and what is nonfiction, we're going to look at a couple of texts, and I want you to help me sort them into piles, fiction and nonfiction. And we're going to use our anchor chart to help us do this. Are you ready? Okay. So here are my first two books. I am looking for a nonfiction text that can teach me all about insects. Here's what I have. The Grouchy Ladybug and the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Looking at these two texts, what is something that we know about both of them? Caterpillars and ladybugs. Caterpillars and ladybugs are both real, so these must be nonfiction books. No? You disagree with me? Okay, why? Oh, because in the Grouchy Ladybug, the ladybug and the other insects and animals, they're all talking like humans. You're right. That's definitely fake. That is a story, right? So this book is definitely fiction. Well, what about this story? Why is this one not real? Oh, because the caterpillar was eating human foods and desserts, right? And this caterpillar is not real. We could not find this caterpillar in our world, right? So this is also a fake book, and it's just a story. So these are both fiction, so I'm going to put them on the fiction side. Let's go ahead and look at our next books. Okay, remember, we're looking for a nonfiction book that's going to teach us about insects. I have Flies Are Fascinating and The Very Quiet Cricket. What do we know about both of these books? Yeah, once again, they both have insects, and insects are real. So we need to dive a little bit deeper and maybe check our anchor chart to see what makes sense. It says that fiction books have illustrations. So let's go ahead and look in both books. Let's see. In Flies Are Fascinating. Oh, I don't see illustrations. I see a lot of photos, and photos are on the nonfiction side. So I'm thinking this might be nonfiction. Let's check for the very quiet cricket. Yeah, we see a lot of illustrations in here. So right now I'm predicting that this book is nonfiction and this book is fiction because there's illustrations, and also what did we see when we were looking at those pictures? Yeah, talking insects. And we said talking insects, not real. That's a story and that's just for fun. So I'm going to put this book on our fiction side. Let's go ahead and look at this book one more time. We saw that it's all about flies and flies are real. We saw that it had a bunch of photos. Photos are typically in nonfiction books. And when I go into the book, some flies are large, like this crane fly. Some flies are tiny, like this fruit fly. I'm learning something. I'm getting facts. So this book is definitely nonfiction. All right, boys and girls, I have another set of books that I want us to look at. I want us to find the nonfiction book that's going to teach us all about animals. So I have two books with me today. Brown Bear, What Do You See? And Animal Grossology. Oh, I hear so many friends saying, we know this book, it's fiction, right? Because the animals are all talking and looking at each other. And then at the end, it's really just the students. Yeah, I agree. This did not really happen in real life. You guys were really good reading detectives to figure that out so fast. Fiction. Now let's look at Animal Grossology. I don't really know anything about this book, so should we take a look inside? Okay. Oh, looks pretty gross. Oh, it's giving me an introduction and a table of contents telling me where I can learn about slime and blood and, oh, this really is gross stuff about animals. Wow, okay, let me just flip through here. Let's try, oh, that's a fly. Let's see what it says about our fly friend. Vomit munchers. Ugh. Boys and girls, this page has all facts about flies. It's saying that they have these digestive chemicals that dissolve the solid food and turn it into liquid. And then flies mop up the liquid with its tongue. That sounds like facts. We are learning more about flies by reading this book. So what do we think about Animal Grossology? Yeah, I think it is nonfiction. If we want to learn gross things about animals, this is the book to read. All right. Non-fiction side. Okay, our last two books. I want us to find the fiction book that's all about people and it's fun and it brings me joy and excitement. So let's see if we can figure out which one is the fiction book. Okay, we have two books to choose from. A Day in the Life of a Teacher. Oh, I like the sounds of that book. And Jazz Baby. So looking at these two stories, just right at the covers of the book, what do you think? Yeah, I have friends saying, I see a photograph, I see illustrations. So friends are already predicting what? Yeah, that Jazz Baby is probably going to be fiction, and A Day in the Life of the Teacher is probably going to be nonfiction. Let's go ahead, look inside our books to double check. So we're going into Jazz Baby. Ooh, I see lots of illustrations. Mama sings high, Daddy sings low, Snazzy Jazzy Baby says, go, man, go. Ooh, I like this book. It sounds really fun, and it reads like a story. These people, they're not real in real life, right? They're just characters. So this book is definitely fiction. Yeah, if I was looking for that fun book to read all about people, Jazz Baby is it. Let's double check and take a look at A Day in the Life of a Teacher. We're predicting nonfiction because we see photos and they're real people. Let's go ahead and look. A day in the life of a teacher. Oh, right now I'm seeing facts about how to get ready for school, how to get to school, teachers checking their mailbox. So this is giving me facts about what a teacher does in her job or his job. So is this book fiction or nonfiction? Yeah, this book is definitely nonfiction. If I read that, I would definitely be learning more about teachers and their career. So if we wanted to read that fiction story about people, we would go with Jazz Baby. Boys and girls, you did an excellent job using our anchor chart to decide if a book was fiction or nonfiction. So now it's your turn. I want you to hop onto Seesaw, where you're going to complete a fiction and nonfiction book sort. Really look at those books and decide, is it fake? Is it real? Is it fun and silly, or am I learning facts and information? And then I want you to submit your work. You could even do this with books you have around the house. This is a great skill to have. So let's go ahead and review those steps. Hop onto Seesaw, step 1. Step 2, sort books, fiction and nonfiction. Say it with me. Step 1, go onto Seesaw. Step 2, sort your books, fiction and nonfiction. Excellent job, readers. Seesaw, sort your books. I cannot wait to see how you sort our books into our 2 different categories. Happy reading!